Whereas smoke detectors are the most important fire safety item in your home, fire extinguishers are extremely important as well. So in this video we want to talk about the different kinds of extinguishers and when to use them and how to use them. We're going to start off with a little bit of history on them, what kind of extinguishers were out there and how we got to where we are today with our extinguishers. We start off, we have what's called the glass grenade. This item would hang above the garbage can. If there was a fire in the garbage, the lead plate in the front would break, it would drop the ball down, it would break, and the chemical puts the fire out. However, being glass, it would break very easily, so it wasn't very practical. Then over time, we switched over to the can. This is a cardboard tube made to look like a soda can. What you would do with this unit is you would throw it at the fire, it would burn, the chemical would be released, and then put the fire out. Some of them also had racks where you could hang them above a fire source like a garbage can or whatnot in case the fire was there. The fire would come up, impinge on the can, break it, and the chemical would come out. Problem with these units are if they get wet, the cardboard soaks the moisture up and it destroys the unit, so it's not effective when needed. So again, not very practical. Then over time, they came out with brass units. And these units work very well. The problem is they don't hold very much chemical. So where you don't want to be fighting a major big fire in the home, all extinguishers are for smaller fires. These are just too small. So again, not very practical. So over time, they designed the water bath system. This unit here has a rack in the side that holds a glass bottle like this suspended above. The water would be below. The bottle holds chemical with a stopper in it. When you flip the unit upside down, the stopper would fall out of the bottle, releasing the chemical, mixing that with the water, and therefore causing foam to come out of the tube. So you would take a unit like this, you would flip it up to release that stopper, then the foam starts foaming out the hose, and you aim it at the fire. Unit was very good and worked well. The problem is if you bumped it excessively, you could break the bottle and therefore cause a problem with that. It wouldn't work when you need it. So we went to air compressed. You have different sizes, and it's important that you know what size you need. You don't need anything this big in your home. You need a home size one. They're making for cars, for campers, all kinds of different types. You got to make sure to use one that's appropriate for the size of the area you're covering. Something like this is good for a kitchen. You want to make sure that it's in a safe spot, close enough to use, within arm's reach of the stove, but not so close that you can't get to it if there was a fire on the stove. If it's a garage or a larger building, maybe even industrial, you'd want to go to a bigger unit. This one cover a much larger area. Average garage, maybe a 5-pound unit would be fine. Again, those are air compressed and shoot by the trigger. So next, we want to make sure you know what type to use. First of all, two different ends. A lot of people ask me, what is the difference between the plastic caps and the metal ones? The metal ones are rechargeable, where the plastic are not. They're a one-time use. So it's important that you know that if you've used one of the plastic ones, it's important that you replace it once used. The different types are A, B, C, D, and K. A, use it for paper or wood. B are for liquids, greases, things like that that might be on fire. A C extinguisher is used for electricity. You don't want to put water on an electrical fire. It doesn't go good. Then D are for flammable metals. And the last one, which is fairly new, is K. K are for kitchen fires, mostly for industrial type kitchens, but for those types of greases. So it's important to have the right extinguisher for the right use. We suggest an ABC extinguisher that covers all three categories. That is the most common for homes and the easiest one to use. Now, as far as how to use them, again, it's important to understand the characteristics of a fire. Fire grows very fast. You do not want to fight something that is bigger than your extinguisher would hold, or something that's bigger than you're able to handle and not get out in time. So it's important that you look at that, decide right away if it's something that the extinguisher is good for, and if it is appropriate, then use the extinguisher. It's important just to remember the word pass. And what that simply means is P for pull the pin, A for aim the nozzle, S for squeeze the handle, and S for sweep. You sweep back and forth at the base of the fire until the fire is out. That is the simple way to use an extinguisher, so always remember the word pass. Make sure you have the proper type of extinguisher. Make sure you're using it properly. Make sure that you stay safe with it. And if it's something that the fire is too big for that extinguisher, just get out. Get out, call 911 or your local fire service and get help. I hope this helps you be safe. Thank you very much.